Yo, what's up, yo? This is Killer Priest, and I'm representing right now for Kofi Universe. That universe is the universe you should be in.
I was struggling after Flojo because you think you good as your last hit. Flojo can be number one, you hustling, getting checks. When that shit slowed down 2 years later, I never forget my idol, KRS-One. He came to my apartment in Throsneck. It's like, Joe, how you doing? I was fucked up. Once I left the drug game, it was all about rap. So I had to make my money rap. So he came to see me, and he took me City Island. We sat down, then he's like, hey, Chris took you to City KRS. And he said, yo, what's up? You fucked up. I was like, yo, I'm fucked up. He said, you come with me. You hype it up. You do Flojo, and I'm going to throw you a little 2,500 was like 10,000 back to the base. So he took me for a couple of months to hype him up. I was this hype man, and I get to do Flojo. Whenever that 2,500 came through, saved my life. 2,500. My rent was 500. I got the 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Like, yeah, I got the 1-on-1. My rent was 500, 2,500. I'm like, yo.
YouTube salute. Cap Joe, aka Fat Joe, continues to tell these fibs, but this time he might be telling the truth. Let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. So, Little C's was the guest on the Joe and Jada podcast. Fat Joe, once again, he takes the lion's share of the show. He wants to talk about all his shit, and the guests came and talk about what questions they're being asked. And usually the questions are coming from Jadakiss. But anyway, though, at this time, Fat Joe said that he didn't have no money when he was making the transition from the streets to the rap game, but KRS-One looked out for him. I can see that. I believe that. I really believe that because I've seen a lot of artists that's probably trying to make their way, even though they don't have a big name. But there's like artists that's already have a name for themselves. They'll put them on. Like I remember, let me see. I remember back in the day when I was a teenager. So I remember right before the Alcoholics. No. I wasn't even a teenager yet. I'm sorry. Before the Alcoholics dropped their first studio album, 21 and Over, King T was already on the scene. King T brought the Alcoholics out. Of course, the Alcoholics was signed to Loud Records. I remember the Alcoholics doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I remember, Wu-Tang Clan when like Ghostface Killer when he was releasing Iron Man in '96, and he had like a little mini tour, and they had a mini tour in LA. He had some members from Killer Army and Sons of Men performing. For real. They were performing. I've seen this happen. You know, like nobody goes to a concert and just say, I'm the first act. You're gonna have preliminary acts. So people need that because everybody, is gonna take their time to get to the show. You want everybody to get settled and you try to get everybody going. So it happens even in, MMA, boxing, but as far as like music, I can see that. People be looking out for people. I know Kendrick was J Rock's hype man. See what I'm saying? So stuff like that. J.Cole was opening up for people before. J.Cole brought other artists on his tour. Look at JID opened up for J.Cole before. So that shit be happening. Kendrick Lamar's cousin, you know, Baby King opened up for him. See stuff like that. So it happens. But 2,500 is a lot of dollars back in the day, man. So he said that $500 paid for his 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I don't know how true that is, especially living in New York. All my people that's from New York, and if you grew up in the late '80s, early '90s, tell me how much a 1 bedroom, 1 bath cost. In LA, I know in LA, I had a 1 bedroom, 1 bath for $600 in 2005. No lie, because I remember my apartment in Hawthorne in 2009 and 10, I paid $825 a month for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So I don't forget these certain things. I have a photographic memory. So he could be telling the truth. But shout out to KRS-One for looking out for him, man. That's a blessing right there. And people can say all kind of fuck boy shit about KRS-One. But at the end of the day, KRS-One, man, there's a lot of people that might do shit that we don't like, but I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like Lord Jamar looked out for Dead Prez before Dead Prez became who they are. He put them on. And people don't care for Lord Jamar no more because of his coon shit. You know, um, I've seen all kind of people look out for people. Like I've seen Benny Siegel, brought on Freeway before Freeway was even signed on to Rockefeller. You see what I'm saying? Like people have looked out for people. People have done some great things. You know, um, there are some other artists say people say F them people, whatever it is, what it is. But in this situation, I mean, that was a blessing in disguise. I mean, it's hard, when you first coming out, especially when you have rent due. And a lot of times people can't even afford a place. Some people still living with their family members, and I'm not even knocking nobody. Think about some of these artists that were still living with their mom and pops. Now, I'm being dead serious. There are some people still living with their parents or their grandparents, whatever, because they haven't made it yet, and they putting all their eggs in one basket. There's a lot of artists that might have multi-millions right now. They probably didn't even have their own place back in the day. And I'm not throwing shade on nobody. You don't know the struggle, man. The struggle is real out here, especially right now. There's a lot of people moving back in with their family members because the economy is horrible. Like it's a real recession right now. So when we think about this, you never know. That's why I don't clown and laugh at nobody. Because at 1 minute, you can be at the top. You could be doing so good in your life. You can have a great job. You could be financially stable. Like you have a nice car. You got money in your savings account. Taking trips and all that. Next minute, you struggling. You probably got terminated from your job. Can't find a job. Unemployment's getting ready to run out. All kind of shit going on, man. That's why I always tell people count your blessings because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's why we live for the moment, but we plan for tomorrow. We prepare, we invest because anything can happen. But KRS-One, he was homeless at one point. A lot of people don't remember that. The real hip hop heads remember KRS-One was homeless at one point. So he probably already knew, like, you know what? I ain't gonna let nobody struggle like that, especially from the Bronx. I'm gonna put this artist on. I want to see him shine. And look at Fat Joe. He went from Flow Joe, so many good albums. Fat Joe got a good catalog. Like the big Fat Joe back in the day, he was flowing, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. His catalog is hard. But let me know in the comment section. Do you think this is a true story or not? Post your comments below. Folks, smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live.